Look, I know y'all see the back. The desk doesn't have shit on it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Today we're gonna talk about mental health. Hit the intro. What's up, guys? Chrono here, aka Nappy Head Millie. Today I want to be a little bit serious. Talk about something that's been on my mind for a couple days now. I want to talk about mental health and how we as humans sometimes neglect or kind of don't understand exactly what it is. Why this was brung up, there has been a few things going on with me mentally, and we can call this a story time as well. I'm going to break some stuff down, but there's been a few things going on with me that I haven't been stable. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So let's get into it. Probably gonna cut it here. Yeah. So, what would you define as mental health? I'm not gonna give the medical term because I feel like sometimes some of the medical practitioners never been through it per se. I'm not gonna say they never been through it, but they might give their perspective, and that's not always what it is. So, my definition of mental health is any type of mental issue that stops you from doing anything productive throughout the day, if that makes sense. So, for instance, someone with anxiety disorder, they don't want to too much associate with people. They can't be in crowds for too long, or they can't be around people for too long before they get the mental urge that I need to get the fuck out of here. And from that, it can spread into multiple things: anger, sadness. They can go and have an anxiety attack. It's a few things that go into it, and I don't want to go super deep into it. I just kind of want to talk about my experience with mental health, and yeah, it's going to be one of those rough things. So yeah, I never told anybody this story. um, very people, very few people know that I kind of struggle with mental health. It's it's hard, man. It's hard to kind of talk to people about things you've been through. Um, Growing up, I'm not gonna say I was in the worst of families, but my family situation wasn't always good, if that makes sense. Um, I'm blessed for my parents. I'm blessed that my parents are still married and everything. But to say some of the things I watch my mom and my dad go through, especially my mother, I'm not gonna say it didn't have an effect on me, right? So my first time ever really knowing that something was wrong with me was in the military. Um, when I was 17, I actually had a situation where I had a gun actually shot at me, like legit. Mm, it was I'm old enough to say it's part of like 50% my fault. I shouldn't have been. I'm wrong place at the wrong time, but I had a gun literally pointed at my face, and it scarred me. Like it legit scarred the fuck out of me. And I remember being in the military, waking up in the middle of the night just screaming because I would think I was hearing gunshots, or I was thinking somebody was in front of my bed with a gun pointed at me. And that's, people call it PTSD. I don't exactly know how to explain it. It's one of those types of things where it's hard to open up. So in the military, I never seeked help, and that's mistake number one that I made. And that's one thing that I do want to bring up. My first point is acknowledging what is going on with you. One thing that I should have known in myself is when I'm constantly having nightmares over and over again, can't sleep. I'm angry all the time. When that situation happened to me, I was angry all the time. I was fighting like nonstop. Like it was crazy how I can't even count on the top of my hand how many fights I got into just because I would get mad if somebody would get near me. Like you can just do this and I'm swinging on you. I can't count how many times that has happened to me. And You gotta be aware that something is wrong with you. That's number one. Um, a lot of people don't want to admit that something is wrong with them, and they'll have a steady shift in their behaviors. Whether it be angry, they want to isolate themselves, they want to cry in the corner, or they feel as though the world is against them, and they feel like it's this demon on their back. That's it's a real hard sign that maybe something mentally is going on, and it's hard for us to admit that. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit in my story time. Um, I get into a relationship. This was back in 2016, and actually no, it's like 2015, 14, somewhere around there. I get into a relationship, and let's just say because I ignored the signs of what was going on back then, once everything started going good, I stopped having the nightmares. I stopped, stopped worrying about so much because I had kind of somebody or something to take it off my mind momentarily until, as all relationships do, the arguments start, things start happening, you start stressing. My stress was I had a tumor in my back. Now with the tumor in my back, it was stressing me out because I'm watching this person, she can work, she can do all this, and I can't focus because I can't sleep at night. Now I got pains. Now I'm getting angry, and I'm not understanding why I'm getting angry. If it's because I'm looking at her, and now I'm getting more depressed because I can't work. But now the nightmares are starting to come back of me not being able to protect somebody, and now the nightmares are coming back, and that's my second point. Mental health can be reoccurring. Like, you can think it's going away. You can think that everything is getting better, but it sometimes it's not. It's sometimes it's you covering up what's going on within yourself. And that's something that I did because I met this person that was I don't even know how to explain it. It was a situation that I finally probably had the person I could have opened up to, and I didn't. And when things start going bad, those memories start coming back, and that traumatic situation start coming back because now I'm looking at it like, well, maybe I'm not good enough to do anything. And once I start thinking I'm not good enough to do anything, it started coming back to, well, what if I can't protect this person from a situation where it's life or death threatening? And then those memories came back. So it really got to me. Call it depression, call it anxiety. I think it was anxiety. I think it was anxiety disorder. I'm not gonna say social anxiety. I kind of do have social anxiety. I won't lie about it. I do not like being in crowds. I don't like being in crowds. I don't like fireworks. I don't like being around firearms like that no more. Like, even with me being in the military, I never really felt comfortable around them, and I just never told anybody. And my behavior kind of showed, like, when I would go to the gun range and I'm just like, I'm not feeling this shit. And they could even say fire because they'll count off like, okay, 3, 2, 1, targets, and they'll say that, and basically that means shoot at your target for rifle practice. I could hear that and still would be jumpy as hell the whole time, and people never really noticed it because I tried to hide it. But like, people that are really close to me, like, bro, what are you jumping for? Like, this is about to happen. Even me touching the rifle, I was shaking the whole time. But I digress. With the relationship, oh my god, I'll be back, guys. Yeah, so with the relationship, it went downhill, and it got to a point to where I got to a dark place where I started contemplating legit taking myself out. I'm not gonna lie to nobody on this channel. I told you guys I'm always gonna keep it real with you, 100 with you. I legit got to that point at one point, and I had to remove myself from that situation because not only I know me doing that would have had a bigger impact than me just leaving a relationship. Because not only if I'm basically taking myself out, I'm hurting everybody around. So We're gonna fast forward it to last year. Um, and this is one thing that I want to say to people: when you find that one person, or you find that one thing that kind of you can open up to them. Don't wait to do it, because you never know what can happen in this life. That one person that I had was my godmother. To go back, the night I got shot at, she I think she knew. I think that was the first person that ever saw fear in my face the way that I ever had it. And she never really like she never said shit. She didn't say shit. I brawled. She didn't say shit. She didn't scold me. Because in actuality, I had the thing that scared me the most wasn't that the gun was in my face, it's that my friends were with me when the shit happened. Literally, I had to run back to snatch one of my friends. If I'm spitting, I'm sorry. This is like a real topic to me. I had to snatch one of my friends for him to run because he was so stuck. And my closest friend, JP, I to this day I still don't understand why we're friends after that situation. But his mom's, she was like the closest thing to what you would call a counselor to me. If I was ever down, she always would tell me to come over, and she knew the way to cheer me up. She always knew how to cheer everybody up, and we lost to the gun violence. We lost to the gun violence in December, a week before my birthday, and mentally it hurts, man. Like, I think that was the breaking point for me to say I'm not okay, because mentally I could not get the image out of my head. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get that image out of my head. And this is the first time I'm opening up about, being depressed, having that anxiety. I don't, people think I sleep. I literally will play the video game to stay awake because I don't want to go to sleep, because when I go to sleep, I just feel like I'm choking in my dreams. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel that anxiety because I'm thinking about the situation. I'm thinking about how the one person I used to always go to talk about my situations are gone. And, that's something that mental health does. It impedes on your life. It really is it's a true toxic situation. People want to talk about toxicity. Living through this is the most toxic thing you can have within yourself, because it really does feel as though you're trying to climb out of something that you don't know how to climb out of. You know what I'm saying? And I know I had so many different things for this, where I wanted to probably do a top 3 ways to be aware of it, or a top 3 ways to cope with it. But in actuality, I'll be lying, I don't know how to cope with it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. It's hard, but it's hard. It's real hard. But it doesn't have to be one of those things where you feel as though you're going through it alone. There's plenty of programs, plenty of medical clinics. It's plenty of people who are out here trying to promote mental health. And the reason I'm really talking about it is because there's so much negativity going on in the world right now. I hate going on Facebook, and the first thing I see on Facebook is somebody talking about how they caught a body, or how this person died. And I'm in Detroit. Detroit is one of them cities where Detroit and the outskirts, because I hate when people say this, the whole fucking outskirts don't want to admit that something is fucking wrong. And that's all you see. It's like there's nothing but negativity around here, and it weighs on my mental. But I have to find a way to cope. I have to find a way to get through it, because the one thing that I will say to anyone dealing with mental health, it is okay to say that you are not all right. I say it all the time now. Like, there hasn't been a day in the past month that when people ask me, "Am I okay?" I say yes. I'm not okay. And maybe this is my way to finally cope and admit I'm not okay. Maybe this is my way of talking to people and trying to help get the message out there by telling my story. Um, Tell like the effects of it by me losing a relationship. I could talk about in the military, losing people that it did affect my mental, like losing my grandmother in the military, where it fucking affected me. And literally, no, in my opinion, there were very few people that really helped me. Very few. There's only two, and those two were my two closest friends in the military. But it it's one of those things that we need to talk about. We need to, have a sit down and talk about it. I didn't expect to get kind of deep, but to my non-subscribers, and yes, I'm talking about the one subscriber that's myself. To my non-subscribers, man, we gonna be all right. I told y'all I don't want this to be just a gaming channel. I want it to be a discussion. I want you guys to really know me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, all that gaming shit, it's cool. It's fine. But if you don't know where I'm from, if you don't know what I've been through, if you don't know the message I'm trying to portray, if you don't know the demons that I deal with, and I try and fix, I gotta try and fix it on my own. And yeah, I got family and stuff, but I don't want to put my family, as much as I admit I need to get some help. I don't want to put my family in that situation because I know what it's like. No, I know what it's like to try and help somebody with a depressive disorder. My mom has a depressive disorder. No matter what nobody wants to tell me, I know that shit. My dad probably has PTSD. I know that shit. They don't want the help, and maybe I am my parents' child because I am that stubborn to say, yo, I don't want the help all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I know I need the help, and that's on me to get through it, because at the end of the day, and I want you guys, if you're dealing with this, keep this in mind. At the end of the day, those demons aren't always going to be there. Those dark memories are always going to be there. People on your back, it's not always going to be there. There's brighter days. It's up to you to figure out what that bright day is. It's up to you to figure out what you need to do to get over it. For me, it's this YouTube, it's video editing, it's taking pictures, it's drawing, it's gaming, it's a mixture of all that. It's me becoming me. You know what I'm saying? I'm finally becoming me, and I'm finally being able to admit and talk like this. And, my camera, one sec. One sec. Maybe. Yo, if I'm sounding a little bit ranty, if you feel like you didn't learn anything about it, or if you didn't feel like you learned something about me, let me know in the comments, because I really do want to talk to you guys. Like, I do answer to all my comments. I don't get many, but I'm going to answer to them. I think I'm gonna call this a story time, because I did give like my 2 things that you should do, but it's more of a story time, me talking about me. But yeah, we gonna get through this. Anybody with mental health problems, with anxiety, with depression, we're gonna get through it. I keep telling myself that because that's something my godmama would tell me. You'll get through it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Tell me how y'all like these face cams. I know the lighting was bad last time, so I tried to move the light over a little bit so it'd be better. Like I said, there's nothing on the desk, but I haven't figured out what I want to put on it yet. But tell me how y'all like these FaceTime videos, and tell me if, even if you didn't get the message, if I was ranting, let me know. But if you respect me for at least trying to tell you some of my story, let me know. I'll put these out more if y'all want a real side and then the gaming side. I'll try to put them out as much as I can. But yeah. In closing, I've been through a lot, man, and mental health is no joke. It's some dark days, a lot of dark days, but gotta push forward. I don't know what the fuck that was, but all right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This is Chrono, aka Nappy Head Millie. Peace.